Welcome everybody to the latest episode of Real Spill with Shyne. It's your boy Shyne back in here one more time. I got my homeboy Gutta back in the building with me. Gutta, say what's up, man.
What's going on, everyone? Did you miss me?
Man, I'm gonna tell you we missed you, dog. We missed you, fam. Goddamn, Gutta back fresh off of vacation from the MIA. He back and ready to jump back into the podcast so we can go ahead and continue giving y'all the news stories of the day that can affect your world tomorrow. Now, first of all, I want y'all to go ahead and hit the like, follow, share, subscribe button,
Right.
and also make sure you hit that bell so that you get a notification every time we drop a new video, just like the one we're dropping right here today. We've got a lot of good stories today, everything from Joe Biden's executive order on to a lady helped a man escape from jail in Ohio. And then at the end, we're going to talk about this North Carolina family that's been a victim of several arson incidents and everything. We want to tack into that right now. Our first story that we're gonna tackle into is about that Biden
Not for
executive
you,
order.
Shy.
I know, damn, Biden didn't have to do it like that. He had to do it like that. But yeah, they signed the executive act the other day.
Right.
It was said about a week ago. It's supposed to be a wraparound that called Biden was upset that they wouldn't pass the George Floyd Act. He went ahead and pulled a Donald Trump type move and passed an executive order trying to do the same thing. We're going to listen to a little bit of this interview that they had going on about this.
Enforcing some traffic laws. Things like broken taillights or expired stickers will no longer get you pulled over, all in the name of racial equity. Critics have long warned that letting people get away with breaking the law will only lead to more crime, and they say the current crime wave proves them right. Here with reaction is Joe Gamaldi, National Vice President of the Fraternal Order of Police. Joe, great to see you here today. Back in March, Philadelphia became the first city to ban police officers from pulling over drivers for those minor traffic violations I mentioned, things like expired tags, broken brake or tail lights, all in the name of racial equity. It hasn't turned out so well. Officials say crime is on the rise, and now the Philadelphia Lodge of the FOP, the Fraternal Order of Police, is suing to invalidate the law. What more can you tell us?
All I have to say is, here we go again. I mean, we've seen this story before. We have politicians, academics, and activists pushing these woke, no consequence criminal justice policies, and they gaslight the American public into thinking this is going to make your community safer without any data to prove that it's actually going to do that. We saw it with bail reform and completely decriminalizing minor offenses, which led to urban decay and our huge crime increase. And in fact, this new policy that's going to, tell officers they can't do traffic stops, it's only going to make matters worse. And I actually have the data to back it up, because in 2020, 42% of all illegal firearms pulled off the streets in New York. Guess what? Surprise, surprise. Traffic stops. Kansas City, 1 in every 28 traffic stops pulled the gun off the street. And the funny thing is, the folks that are pushing these policies, they say it's going to help our minority communities, but it actually does the opposites, because you know who's disproportionately impacted by violent crime in this country? Black Americans, to the tune of 12 times the homicide rate than everybody else. So the people that are pushing these policies, they're, at best, uninformed idiots, and at worst, they just don't give a damn about their.
Now, Buddy had a lot to say right now, man.
You sound like he did.
Buddy had a lot to say. Now, I don't know if they polled a group of black people, a group of responsible African Americans. I'm not sure many people would say they was trying to get traffic stops to stop existing.
Right.
We're not addressing the elephant in the room. We understand that you need to do police work. You need to do traffic stops and things of that nature. Just don't stop me just cause I'm black.
Yeah.
That's all.
With the bullshit that reason, I told that the time I was leaving work, you said the light on my tail light was off.
Yeah.
I'm like, how you can see that with your bright lights on it?
You see, I understand the spirit of the law they're trying to do. You know, you should you know us as black people, we know for a fact you got to have everything suited and booted on your car if you don't want to get pulled over.
Right.
Your tail lights need to be working. Need to be pull a full inspection on your car before you get out there on that street.
100%.
If you gonna ride out there in the world,
Right.
and you know that shouldn't be the case. You shouldn't be pulling over black people with broken tail lights far more disproportionately than you pull over white people with broken tail lights. If we are minority and we less than 12% of the country, then it seems like that the other people got motel lights that should be out and should
Right.
be getting pulled
Pulled
over for it. But if we the only sector that's being pulled over for it, don't stop enforcing the law. Just stop enforcing it like that. See,
Yeah.
everybody want to act like the system is systemically racist. No, that ain't the case. Justice is blind. It's written on paper. It's black and white. It's the people enforcing it that we have a problem with. See, that's the whole problem right there. And I'm gonna get into the story. Don't get it wrong. I'm gonna get into the story that they wrote about. But I want to just tell you that our problem ain't with policing. Our problem is in that courthouse. That's where we get all the time at.
Mm-hmm.
Our problem is when they allow police officers to violate our civil rights. They allow people to do whatever they want to do, and then the court case still go through. They still get prosecuted. They still get sent to prison, when even though all this stuff was obtained in different ways. And a lot of the reason behind that too is cause we accept plea deals.
Mm-hmm.
Because we ain't got the money to afford a good lawyer, and this public defender is telling you this the best you're gonna be able to get right here. He ain't paying. Man, the one time in my life where I actually had to have a public defender, man, I had to my case down to this man and tell him exactly how to fight my case so I could be able to get out of there. He trying to get me to take a plea deal. And I ended up walking out of there, no charges, everything dismissed. It's like the whole thing never happened, just because I knew
Yeah.
how to fight my case. But everybody ain't that knowledgeable, and you shouldn't have to be. You know, especially when you out here getting locked up just cause you black. You know, at the end of the day, if the police can ride by a group of six white kids walking in a good neighborhood, they should be able to ride by a group of black kids in a bad neighborhood and just keep walking because they both doing the same thing. Yeah, you got a good chance that one of them black guys you might have some on them, but that ain't how the law work. That ain't how the law's supposed to be enforced. You see, no matter what laws they put on the book, as long as the people enforcing them
Mm-hmm.
don't give a damn, then it still ain't nothing for us to fight for. You understand? Black people or people of color, we got to get involved in every aspect of this change. You know, the district attorney runs for office,
Mm-hmm.
which means he's dependent upon campaign contributions,
Right.
which means that if your group of people contribute to his campaign the most, he's liable to look out for y'all because he want them contributions again.
Yeah.
But if your group of people ain't never historically put nothing into this treasure chest, why am I gonna be so concerned about what happens?
Right.
You know, I don't care. People want to make it seem like the world is just this rosy glasses place where everybody's just lovey dovey and all this shit right here. No, man, the only thing that moves people universally is money.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I don't care who the person is or where the person is. Money will move them. The right amount of money will make them get up out their seat and move and do something. So that's where we got to start focusing our energy. You know, not so much as marching. We done did that. We done did that. We done got laws passed before. We done did that. But until we get the people that's in there, not so much enforcing the law, but the person that's gonna be up there and trial.
Right.
You know, we got to deal with them courtrooms. We need courtroom reform way more than we need police reform. I feel more attacked in the courtroom than I ever have by a police officer. You understand? Because you walk in that courtroom, but they look at you like you guilty as soon as you walk through the door.
Yeah.
You know, They ain't asking you what happened or none of that shit. They ain't asking you for your side of the story. They got a plea deal already laid out for you. Soon as you walk in the door, you can either accept it or reject it, and they go from there. But when you reject it, now you done already pissed them off. You got to understand that now you got them in a bad mood because they feel like they tried to do you a solid, not knowing that you innocent. They don't care nothing about that. Them folks is about numbers. They about how many prosecutions they can get, how many arrests they can get. All this shit is about numbers so that you qualify for grants and get more money to pay more people. All of it still about eyeing the money. Now we're gonna go ahead and get into this story that we got because I do want to get into this story. Let me go ahead and give credit to the person that wrote this. It's an opinion piece by Matthew Whitaker. He said, between historic surges in violent crimes, frequent calls to defund the police, and a deluge of soft on crime policies emanating from the Democratic policy on a regular basis. Boy, that's a big sentence right there. He really didn't say shit, but it had a big sentence. President Joe Biden's recent signing of an executive order that ostensibly advances effective policing and strengthens public safety likely came as a relief to many Americans. Now, I think he would have been able to get his point across a whole lot easier if he'd have just said Joe Biden signing of the executive order might have just felt good to some people. That's basically all he said right there. But sadly, far too many but sadly, like far too many other Biden policy initiatives, the language surrounding the executive order is wildly misleading. Um, these people argue that Biden executive order is just a whole bunch of muss with no fuss. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't really doing shit. Um, they say it's problematic for three reasons. It was intentionally designed to bypass Congress and impose anti-police policies on the nation by way of executive fiat. That part I have no problem with, man. You the president, you feel like you need to do something. I'm from the tribe of Mr. Trump. If you want to do something, you feel strongly about it. This is your election. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, after these 4 years is up, people gonna call it the Biden administration. They ain't gonna say nothing about goddamn. If the Senate wouldn't let him do nothing, the House, they ain't gonna say none of that shit. They gonna say the Biden administration did such and such. So, bruh, if you feel strongly about something, you want to get something did, man, swipe that pen. Swipe the pen. They say Republicans didn't object to the George Floyd Justice and Police Act without good reason. If signed, the act would have made it more difficult for police officers to do their job by blocking law enforcement agencies from receiving surplus military equipment, prohibiting the use of no-knock warrants in cases related to drug use, and imposing new and burdensome standards that limit when police officers are allowed to use deadly force, each of which could put officers' lives at risk. Now, all those things sounded good to me, and I'm a conservative American. I believe in all my thoughts and policies. I believe I'm a conservative American. But I'm also a part of America that looks at law enforcement as part of the government.
Right.
And I don't want any parts of my government getting bigger than what they're supposed to be. If the police is not supposed to be military, why are they getting military grade equipment? Why on earth are we planning to use military style equipment on citizens? These ain't people that's invading us. These are citizens that pay taxes and provide for the economy and they're Americans and we are planning to use military style equipment on them. Like that don't sound bizarre to nobody. Like, come on. Ain't nobody that who house you going to go kick in the door. Ain't none of them got no goddamn tank. And if you were doing good police work before they get so big that you got to worry about anything like that, you'd already got them. Like and the thing that makes drug dealing such a violent enterprise, and the reason why people have to go so hard when they selling drugs is because of the illegalities of it.
Right.
That's the only thing that makes it profitable is that it's illegal. If you
Mhm.
could buy this stuff at any store, it wouldn't be the big demand for it like it is out there on the streets. But the fact that we make it illegal and make it hard to come by makes it profitable for criminals to get out there and do what they do. Now,
Mhm.
I'm not saying to legalize all drugs. I'm not saying that. But I am saying in the land of the free, the home of the brave, the first thing that you ought to be able to do is whatever the fuck you want to yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's yourself.
Yeah.
You're not giving a kid drugs or anything. You should be able to do whatever you want to do to you.
Right.
Now, I'm gonna move on. Y'all can check this story out on MSN. It's really a whole lot about nothing to tell you the truth. Like I don't think that the executive order did what it needed to do. I don't know a whole lot about the George Floyd Act because I wasn't podcasting back then, so I wasn't really into it like that to tell you the truth. I watched a little Bill Maher on Friday, called
Mhm.
myself updated and everything. But man, when you really start digging into this shit, man, that's when you start running into the money.
Mhm.
That's when you start running into the real problem, the money. We're gonna move on to our next story, man. We got another interesting story coming up. The feds done jumped in this guy's house, man. FBI, open up! Yeah, man, the
All right.
FBI had to kick in the dude. How man? He say he was mad about Uvalde. He say he was mad about the leaked abortion paperwork that came out from the Supreme Court.
All right.
And hold on, y'all. This the wrong person. I done moved on to the wrong story, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. That's where we at right there. That's that crazy chick. Later on, I'm gonna tell you about her. Now, a California man was charged with attempted murder of a U.S. Supreme Court justice for allegedly making threats against Justice Brett Kavanaugh and showing up near his Maryland home armed, federal court records show. Now, before this black lady got added to the Supreme Court. I believe Brett Kavanaugh was the guy before them, the last guy that Trump got put into the Supreme Court. You know, he had them chicks saying he got them drunk and bothered them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but again, my thing with that, man, you got to always put things in context. Something that was normal in 1965 looks
Mhm.
crazy as fuck in 2022.
Mhm.
You know, it's like, wow, I can't believe y'all really lived like that in 2022. But everybody want to look at 1965 with their 2022 glasses on, and that ain't fair. You know, that ain't fair to nobody. It's like people expected Donald Trump to be this politically correct, great speaker and great orator and all this right there, but this man ain't never had to be that. And
Right.
now he's 70 some years old. You want him to pick up a new trick right now? You know, like what you expect out of a 70-year-old white guy? We know, man, we've been knowing Donald Trump for years, man. Ain't like he was pretending back then that he was racist. But he, you know what I'm saying? Like, dog, Donald Trump been cool with us for years. And he ain't stopped being cool with us, man. I'm telling you, if you look at what a person do rather than what motherfuckers say about him,
Right.
you'll be a whole lot better off.
Yeah.
Man, they mad at the wrong ex-president, if you ask me. But to say the man was angry over the recent shooting in Uvalde, um, it just amazes me how young white men just think picking up a gun and going to shoot shit is just gonna fix everything.
Everybody.
Like so dude, like how important you got to be in your own world for you to think you the one that's gonna get things to change. You know what I'm saying? Like little old you. How delusional you gotta be,
I
bro.
mean, who hyping you up?
Man, that's got to be one. You don't tell nobody about that right there. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't tell nobody about that. I'd be surprised if anybody say they this guy friend. He was a 26-year-old guy from Simmons Valley named Nicholas Roski. He was spotted by two U.S. Marshals wearing black clothes and carrying a backpack, getting out of a cab in front of the man high. Just tell the truth. You just wanted to be in the paper. You know, cause I mean, even I knew that a couple weeks ago they passed something where they put a whole lot of security on all the Supreme Court justices. You know, they just did that. They put it in the papers. It was on TV, everywhere. And you gonna pull up in a cab right up to the man front door, and all black with a book bag. You think you just finna walk up to the door? God bless America, man. Like we breeding a special kind of stupid right now, man. We are really breeding a special kind of stupid. I just don't see. I don't. I don't see how he thought. God bless him. Like my
He
mama.
playing the shit out of it too.
I heard somebody say on TV that I can't remember who it was. I think it was T.K. Kirkland on that. He said, "Man, ain't no good criminals no more. Niggas don't plan shit out." He said that he was cheering for the white lady down there in Alabama after they were gone by 2-3 days. He was like, "Yeah, the bitch had a plan. Me and you thought they had got out the country by then. I mean, if y'all." As much planning that she did, she planned everything except the escape. That's it, man. She just really she planned for a few days of fucking instead of trying to go. Man, you go to have a boat at the goddamn Gulf, nigga. You go to have all kind of shit laid out, man. You done sold your house for this. You know. We're gonna move on, man. We're gonna move on. The House done passed a bill saying that they're gonna try to limit the they wanna they wanna they're gonna try to kind of take our idea about adding the age to 25, but they're gonna take it up to 21. So the House passed that. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Bad news is they don't think the Senate gonna have no parts of it. I'm just the guy telling the story, man. They don't think the Senate gonna pass it at all, but it did pass again the House, which the House passed every damn thing. It seems like, man. Anytime it's something that got to do with the people, the House gonna pass it, then it gets stuck in the Senate, fam. Like that's just the way shit happens. And I don't think 21 is a good enough bracket. You know, like you need to be trained on them kind of weapons before you can just take that weapon right there, man. Like everybody don't need that kind of power at the end of the day. I don't want my police officers having that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially with a lot of them already say they scared. You know, I saw a comedian on Netflix last night. I watched a lot of TV yesterday.
Right.
He said that police like to use that phrase that they feared for their life, that they were scared. He was like, he understand that, but he think that part of the police exam need to be going through a haunted house so we can find out what you're scared of. Yeah, man, because I mean, we need to know what kind of stuff automatically you scared. I know a lot of people are afraid of clowns, but you never hear about police just shooting clowns. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I saw this clown, I was scared, I shot. You know, you never hear that. You know, but there's a lot of people terrified of clowns. There's a lot of people terrified of a lot of things, but it seems to me the only thing that scares you enough to shoot it is a black man or a black woman. You know, that to me, I don't understand it. I don't get it. We're gonna move on to the next story, man. Move right along. This the lady that I was talking about from Ohio, man. Her fiance was in jail and she was like, hell to the no. I'm going to get my man. And that's what she did, man. She that fucked up thing about it though, man. Again, it wasn't playing very well, man. Shit, people spotted her out by the fence. They knew exactly who she was. Then apparently she stuck around because the police talked to her twice before they locked her up. After the police done said something to you and let you be free, shot. You supposed to vacate the premises immediately. Like, but she stuck around, and the second time they came and talked to her, they went ahead and detained her. They found one of the niggas at Walmart. Niggas was just out doing what niggas do. And they got one that's still on the loose. So if y'all run across him in Ohio, I think he's 6'4", a pretty big nigga. Yeah, y'all look out for that. My next story I got coming up is Dwayne Wade. I hear him talking again. Yeah, man, Dwayne Wade, he blasted a bill barring transgender athletes from women's sports. I told y'all a long time ago, Dwayne Wade ultimate thing is to have that boy play in the WNBA. And yeah, everybody thought I was bullshitting and playing around. Cause look, if that ain't it, tell me what it is. Cause the boy like girls. The girl just happen to think she a boy, and I think I think that's all just some bullshit. Cause at the end of the day, it's a male and a female that's together in a relationship. You understand me? So I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. But the fact that he think that transgender athletes need to be able to participate against women, like, dude, see, I don't never hear nothing about his daughter that was born a daughter. You know what I'm saying? I don't never hear nothing about that. Do they got one of them? Because apparently it don't seem like he's ever taken the female point of view. He's always taking this straight up transgender point of view, but you got to think about it from a straight up female, born a female, gonna always be a female, ain't got no choice in the matter. You know, well, if they do, I guess she don't count to him because he don't give a damn about her competition level. He don't give a damn that she might have to goddamn say she wanted to be a female boxer. Goddamn, she got to go off in there against Lil Tim Tim. You know what I'm saying? They call Lil Tim Tim, think he Lil Tim Tim. You know, and get our ass beat to death in there. You know, man, at the end of the day, man, it's biology. It ain't got nothing to do with how you feel. It ain't got nothing to do with what you want to do. That shit is a biological goddamn thing. You either got a double X chromosome or you got an XY chromosome. That's how the fuck it works. That's how it works, and your body is constructed accordingly. You shouldn't have to explain it to grown motherfuckers. And as soon as you decide that you want to goddamn change yourself into something else, certain rules just don't apply to you no more. Certain rules just don't apply to you no more, bro. Like if you want to goddamn play basketball, you got to wear your heels to the men's side. And ain't nobody saying you can't play with the boys because you're a boy. But you got to deal with that being, you know what I'm saying? You got to deal with that. But no, man, no. I got daughters that are daughters. You know what I'm saying? Like when they were born, I like that my pretty little girl right there. You know what I'm saying? From the minute she was born, that was my baby girl. You understand me? She ain't became my baby girl. She ain't later on decide. Man, Ray told that she wanted to be a little boy when she was about 3 years old. And we told her, Ray, you know you got to be a little girl. You're a little girl. And she ain't wanting to be nothing but a little girl ever since. You know what I'm saying? The day you start letting 3-year-olds make permanent life decisions is the day that you done fucked up as a parent. And I said, if you let a motherfucking 3-year-old make a lifetime decision, that child ain't been alive but 3 years old. 3 years, man. How you gonna let them make some shit? You might as well get them a job. They can make lifetime decisions. Go ahead and put them to work, man. Don't stop there. See, if they can make that kind of decision that early, then we gotta let them make all kind of. Y'all talking about goddamn, they can't have guns, but they can pick out what goddamn right, what sex they is. But you want to raise the gun limit. You want to do goddamn. You want to say they can't do this and they can't do that. But man. Come on, man. That ain't even a question. And ain't nobody mad at you if you want to be gay or lesbian or none of that. Be that, man. But don't try to see the problem, Dwayne, is that if we allow somebody to do it because they feel like a girl, then we'll have to allow people to do it who just want to get in a competitive advantage. You can't just go by, it's either none or all. We gotta stop opening up these gates and goddamn letting everything come through, man. Like some stuff is alright the way it is. If you want to head up a transgender league, Dwayne,
Go for it.
by all means, let them have their own league. The boys and the girls, all of them play together. I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting personally. But as far as that big brawny ass woman man transgender playing against my daughter out there throwing her strikes and them bitches is whistling past taking scholarships from my baby.
Yeah.
I got to say hell to the nah, D-Wade. I got to say hell to the nah, bro. I thought them for a long time ago somebody touched D Wade when he was little. I don't know that for a fact, but just going on context clues and everything, just stuff I done heard over the years, some stuff his baby mama said, his first baby mama said, and his mannerisms and other things of that nature. Like shit, I think Gabrielle Union real name Gabriel. Shit. Shit, goddamn. She gotta show me some baby pictures of her goddamn self. Now, the Uvalde mom who saved her children, y'all remember that, right? Y'all remember that? The woman that, yeah. She said that now she is being threatened by law enforcement that if she keeps giving interviews, she will be arrested for probation violation for obstruction of an officer. Now, I just want to tell this to her. Most of the time when they tell you that if you give an interview about that shit, you done just guaranteed you going to jail. So I hope they paid you pretty well for that interview. Them people warned your ass. Them people warned your ass. We still praying for you, Valde, and shouted you was a hero. I talked about you the next day. It was good, but shit, man. Once that probation officer tell you that if you continue to do something and then you go right ahead and give an interview,
Yeah.
I'm surprised they ain't picking you up right now, Shawty. Goddamn. See, that's the thing about probation, man. When you on probation, you're really locked up. You free, but you locked up at the same time. It don't take nothing to put you in a cell when you're on probation. It don't take nothing to put you in a cell when you're on probation. And man, I hate it for 'em, man. I hate it for 'em. Now we're gonna move on to our last story of today. This story comes from out of North Carolina, man. It's about this family that has been being targeted by who they say it was a white male that they. I'm gonna let y'all listen to it first, and then we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Give me 1 second for this video.
It was about 2:45 in the morning, and I heard a crackling sound. And I thought at first, I set up and I called for my son, and then I remembered that he wasn't there. I was there alone, and I ran to my kitchen and where the sound was coming from, and I saw a blaze coming from under the carport.
Now, these people done lost 2 homes. They say, um, they prominent people in their county. They do a lot of the right stuff around there. They real big on social justice. Um, Firefighters came to their house, man. They tell these people they ain't got no water. They just let these four house burn down. They burned down the house in 4 cars.
Under the carport, it expanded into the complete Mustang, and as I was coming out that back door, it also caught the van on fire. And I ran outside to my driveway, the edge of my driveway, and I could see that not only were those 2 vehicles were on fire, but my Ford Focus and the box truck were also on fire. At this time, the kitchen was just starting to catch. And I called 911. I saw a white male over by my box truck over there, as if he was still trying to ignite it more. It was already on fire, and he ran to the edge of the road and to some car, and it took off. And I just waited. I dialed 911, screamed, yelled. Officer came. I mean, an officer stopped and pulled over. Then the fire trucks eventually got here, and one truck unrolled a water hose, started putting it out, and at least 5 or 6 more trucks came, but I only saw one water hose out. And I kept asking and screaming, why aren't you putting water on the house? And one of the firemen finally told me, well, we're out of water.
Fucked up.
The house was still burning. Now it is sun up. There's people everywhere talking, standing around in the yard, and the house is still burning. Till from 2:45 to probably about 8 or 9 in the morning. House.
Like, man, no small towns in the South. You have to really be careful. You know, they still only want you to be so successful.
Sundown town, man.
Not necessarily, you would think it got to be a sundown town. But shit, man, that shit can happen right here. And this ain't no sundown town. Shit, over there in Macon, we had a lot of fires be set not too long ago. Nobody ever went to jail for 75. They just went away and nobody stopped talking about it. We done had a few fires around this way. We don't know who set them still to this day. You know, fire always have been one of white supremacy's biggest tools of the trade. Fire is scary. And fire is deadly. But man, when the people that you pay taxes to don't come out there and do their job for you, man, it's a it's a feeling that you can't describe. It's a feeling that just I don't even know how to begin to try to describe. You know, you know
Truck ain't got no water on
how the fire department come out there with a water truck that ain't
it.
got no water.
in the motherfucker.
But man, we got to become involved as a community. I know I keep ragging on us and saying, "Oh, we gotta do this, we gotta do that." I don't never speak on what they gotta do because I ain't concerned about what they do. You know, I feel like the power for us to achieve and get to where we want to be is with us. Ain't no legislation gonna really put us where we want to be. They can pass all kind of laws and shit, man. It ain't gonna matter. The people enforcing it, the people in power, gonna still be empowered by the same dollar that done had them in power for the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
The same donations they've been getting gonna continue to be the same donations they keep getting. And you say, why they gonna accept money from that place? If they don't feel like that, why they gonna take money from that place? Like how we were talking about Stacey Abrams the other day. She took the money from the far right wing, far left wing, whichever one it was,
Right.
that organization that we were talking about.
Yeah.
But she knows she ain't gonna get no money from you.
Yeah.
She knows she ain't gonna get no money from you.
Yeah.
So she got to get the money from somewhere. It costs a lot of money to run for office. It costs a lot of money to get out there and be the voice of the people. And shit, you ain't contributing. One thing about goddamn Donald Trump and his people, that son of a bitch can run for office 5 more times. You understand me?
Right.
He ain't got enough money, goddamn people to donate. He can run for office 5 more times. But y'all ain't paying attention. That's what made Trump so powerful. People get him money. We won't get nobody money. We got that goddamn man. The power's in the dollar. It's in the people for sure, but it's in the people giving up that dollar for the cause. Go out here and work a couple hours every week for the cause. put that money up for the cause, man. So that your grandchildren, your great grandchildren, goddamn, already be a part of this political process. They already have seeds sown. That's one thing we ain't tried yet, y'all. You know, we done tried a lot of other shit. We have. They put our money where our movement at. And we did, but I think it was mostly white people that donated that Black Lives Matter thing. I ain't gonna even cap like I think that was a nigga. I think that was mostly white people. And you know, probably a few celebrities here and there might have made their donation make it look good, woo the woo. But for the most part, I believe that was white folk, man. But I would like for them to, you know, use some of that money y'all got left, man. Let's put some people in office, man. And when they get in office, we ain't got to worry about them being bought out by somebody else, cause we got the money.
Yeah.
We got the money. They can't outbid us. We'll be alright with that. You know, we can really start making some real changes. We got to get some DAs elected, man, that ain't gonna take up these cases where they know it was some bullshit done. You know, he ain't got to be worried about taking that political contribution from the prison system, cause he know that his people that's voting him in office gonna take care of him. But if we ain't taking care of him, who you think coming in putting money in this goddamn campaign fund? The prison system.
Mm-hmm.
So he want to do right by them because they doing right by him. You know what I'm saying? Me? It's real simple, man. We just got to put the money up, dog. It's real simple. I done had a good time today talking about shit. Gutta, what about you, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always.
Man, we going to get ready to get up out of here, man. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself, man. Y'all take it easy. We love y'all. We'll catch y'all back tomorrow.